Alright, this is a video I wanted to make for the guys who are a little bit newer to bow hunting, because I'm one of those guys. I'm about 5 years into it. I actually killed my first deer with a bow in 2019, about 6 years into it now. And killed several deer with a bow. Been a long learning curve, and gotten lucky with a few and then had trouble with a few. But something I just wanted to kind of point out was some practice that you guys, if this is your first season getting into bow hunting, might want to play with a little bit, is getting your setup where you kind of understand the angles that it's useful at. So it's so easy, even when you're sitting down, to shoot straight to your right, or if you're a right-handed shooter, straight to your left. It's so comfortable, just feels natural, very slick, very comfortable. When you're standing out in the yard, that's what you're going to practice, just because when you're standing there, you're going to naturally turn to your right, draw, and shoot. Problem is that I've had a ton of trouble with over the years is setting up, especially when I don't know where deer are going to come from, in a position where, you know, maybe I can't stand up on my platform, or getting myself in a situation where I'm too low, it's too easy for the deer to see me, and then they come in and I realize, oh, there's not even a trail to my right where I can shoot. They're coming in straight in front of me, but I'm too visible and I can't risk the movement to stand up. Then you spook deer from the stand, or you get up, they get through your good window, you get up late, you don't get a good shot on them, things like that. So I like to bring out my stand, and something I'm going to do on this one is actually put some bolts in here, or some holes in here where I can put some pins in, so it'll set up naturally, and then that way I can practice out of it a little bit more. But the biggest takeaway from this is you can practice those shots, but really bow hunting is so difficult, and there's so many variables that can come in. I would rather put myself in a perfect position to shoot. That's why I do like hunting out of these little stands, because a couple things: you can get up and get yourself into position standing for that shot. This is really nice because it's got the seat on it. You can sit down and relax and everything until it gets to be prime time, or you see something in the distance, you can get up. And that's why I like to hunt a lot higher. I'm hunting 25, 30, 40 feet, because if I see a deer, I want to be hidden enough up in the limbs and everything that I can stand up and I'm not going to spook anything. So that is the beauty of this thing. With a saddle, it's also really nice because you're standing up, you got your feet together, you're often able to get that perfect T shape and get a good shot that way. But you're kind of limited because you're facing the tree and you got all this stuff in front of you. What I really love about these stands, and you'll see it in one of these clips, I can stand there and turn around all the way around 360 degrees, and I'm standing. I'm not leaning and have my weight on something else. When you're standing on one of these things, it's just like you're standing on the ground. One of the things that you need to take into account, and why I like to practice off of this thing, is because when you're on the ground shooting naturally, you're able to spread your feet out, bring them back together, turn in all different directions. It's nice, even if you're practicing standing shooting, to stand on your platform and see how much you can actually move your feet, because that makes a huge difference when you're in the tree actually trying to get a shot at, you know, which direction you can turn, if you can take a step when you're trying to shoot. So that's a good way to kind of limit yourself and practice real world scenarios. That being said, I do like to actually practice taking those straightforward shots, even seated, because you never know what could happen. The biggest buck of your life could come out at 25 yards straight in front of you while you're sitting down, and there may be a doe right underneath you staring up at you, and you just have to do it. So I do like to, even though it's not ideal, and I like to have the option where I can get up, turn like I normally would and shoot, I like to practice those shots because it could happen one day that you have to take that shot, and it's good to know what's going to happen. So something I just noticed, when I'm standing flat-footed, draw and shoot, you know, I'm hitting here. When I'm seated and facing straight forward, I'm naturally, unless I really fight it, I'm hitting here or even here. So it's a good thing to practice that, even that uncomfortable shooting position, because it might come up, and it's good to know what that change is going to be and how you need to fight it. So I'm not the best shooter in the world. That's why, to me, it's more important for me to think about my positioning, think about where the deer are going to come from, where the deer are going, and be prepared for that. And then if you do miss them and they get in on you, being either high enough or having enough cover that you can move, get in position, and take that good shot. So three things: practice like you're gonna hunt, practice awkward positions, and position yourself where you can take a good shot from the tree. So those are kind of the three things that you really want to keep in mind for your first season of bow hunting.